Okay, so we're up in the loft area in the shed, and I just want to share with people where I'm sleeping and explain that in the situation where the heat rises, this is how I'm able to sleep part of the night without heat. Now, lately, I've been using more heat. By the way, this is a bed that I bought at a thrift store, and what I'm going to start doing is putting my laundry up here, other things that I want to grab. I have candles over here for cheap illumination, an external speaker here, some shoes here, some lantern here. I have this stuff lined up so when I go down the ladder, I'll grab it, some tea lights. I'll grab it when I'm down there. So this is a pad here, and what I found is this pad with this blanket over it, it's way more comfortable. Doesn't mean I don't toss and turn, but it's way more comfortable than what it felt like on this particular bed. So for now, I'm going to use this area here as storage. This, I bought this at a thrift store for $4 here in town. This is a leather footrest. So when I'm laying in bed, I'll put the computer on top of this, watch my Stargate SG-1 episodes or whatever, or maybe listen to a podcast. And so I may have like the heater here, for example, and the computer here. So let's go downstairs. There's a number of ways that I position the ladder, so I don't have anything built in. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay. Sometimes I have it the other way. We'll go downstairs, where I've been doing some cleaning. So this is the shelving. So it's a mixture of food and a few electronic items over here. Try to keep things organized. And buckets come in handy. Okay, so underneath here, where I've done some cleaning, I'm usually embarrassed to show you this area. But I want people to see how simple this is. So yes, I have insulation back behind here. I haven't finished it, and there's no hurry. Okay, but I'll probably finish it next year. I really would like to move forward to another shed, honestly. Somewhere out there, okay, about 100 feet. And that'll be like a guest area. By the way, I just want to point this out. These are reinforcements for the big beam. It goes across here that's holding up the loft. And I have another video on this channel that shows the basic construction of this. The whole thing ran me about $300, including labor, including materials. Okay, so I have all my garbage, all my burnables right here. The things that aren't burnables, well, it's a very small assortment of things. So, what do I do with my trash? Do I go out? Do I dump it? No, the burnables go here. And all those cans, I have a can collection. I can either turn that into something, cans and bottles, but not too many beer bottles, very few. Or later, I'll take it to town. So that's my tripod. And this is my APC 1500. This is a new stand that I bought at the thrift store. So I figure I can use this for raising stuff. It's got a way I can... This, for example, right here, is a studio light. So when I have enough power, for example, if I'm getting enough sunlight, I can use that. But lately, in like one of my more recent videos on Trump and World War III, for example, and the one where I'm discussing the CIA dumping like 13 million files on remote viewing, I'm only using this light. So I'm using this light in this chair, this black background. I have a white background. I have another blue background. So to change things up, where my desk was normally right here, I've now got it over here. Okay, so I have my internet here, headphones, and for the tea light candles, this helps with the illumination. And of course, I have a couple mason jars, which is what I drink out of most of the time. And of course, the Mr. Buddy heater. Here's the propane tank for that. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty simple. I haven't started to implement my coffee pot yet. I usually don't make that much coffee. I have some other smaller things here. So, I have my computer put away there. I need to get a case for that. And I'm always boiling water over here. By the way, I haven't broken this this out of the bag yet. But as far as healthy living, you know, you're dealing with, there you go, 3 pounds of organic chia seeds right here. Not to mention the quinoa. And I bought this 5-pound bag on eBay for $16. So far, I've only gone through this one. Well, this is actually the second one. And so the plan is, when the roads are clear, to buy more. So I'm actually pretty light on the food end, but I have all the food that I need, and I have some eggs next door in the RV. We'll go take a peek outside real quick. So, variety of things here, you know, from books and things I need to grab really quickly. You know, got the Stargate series up here. This is what they call a Himalayan salt lamp. And I'm going to be talking more about China in 2025. So I got this dry eraser board, and I think I want to pick up a few more and probably start placing those around here because I get so many ideas. And as I mentioned before, this was my grandfather's hat. Bill Nagel of Aurora, Oregon. Nagel Floor Covering. You can look up the business. Still exists to this day. He sold it before he passed away. Okay. So of course here I can also mount some things. The idea here was to use these lights. So when I have more power and more sun and say more power packs, I'm going to be a lot more effective in the spring and summer. Of course, we have the modem here. Okay, we have the charger here. That is $40 just to replace that on this modem. So I need to get a backup of that because it already went out once. That modem takes about 90 watts. Okay, so you have basically seen where the shed is at, a very primitive state. Some of my goals are over here. Some of them coming to fruition, some of them not. You can't have everything that you put your mind to. Not everything's meant to be, but this has really been my temple. You know, this has really been where I've been grounding, reconnecting with nature, starting a whole new cycle of my life, and I felt that a whole new cycle of my life was starting even before I got confirmation on the property. Okay, so this is one man. Okay, hello, how are you? I'm Alex Ansary, almost 37 years old, and it took me at least, the goals to go off grid started in 2008, but believing that I can get land or having it to be a goal to get my own land on a very focused level, 2014, 2015. And then Costilla County happened, and then I was rerouted, fortunately. So, I'm looking forward to new broadcasting equipment and other things that are going to assist, and also additional power options, things like that. And of course I have another battery for that right over here. That is the battery for that. Alright, so let's go take a look outside. Okay. Now I've started to clear out a path. You can see we got like a foot of snow in like the last day. That's just been moved. Okay, heading over this way. Quite the burrow there. And yes, we have some significant snow accumulation on the roof. And someone actually posted on my page, I think it was Luke, I got to use that sometime. I'd rather be stuck here, showing an image of like a cabin in the woods with like literally this thing going on, than stuck here. And then it showed a picture of someone in rush hour. Okay. Having an issue with my generators. I'm having to run this periodically to get power. But I've cleared out this space here, and what I'm going to do is take that, get back on the roof, and clear off the panels. So, Alex Ansary, from me to you, I am surviving. It can be done. You can adjust to being stuck in a situation to where, you know, you can't go to town. And this is a situation where, you know, there's going to be snow on and off up until the summer of this year. Most of it's going to melt by March, I'm assuming, or April, but let's take a look at it from a closer angle, just so you can see how much is here. So it is comparable to Wyoming. See, look at that. And then this area that's been mostly untouched, I will walk through it a little bit, but you can see the depth of it. We're at least a foot plus. So the plows come through, and talk about being snowed in. They push the snow to where you end up with like a big old burrow about this big. So I'm gonna have to clear all that out in the next few days or week if I end up getting a vehicle. Here I am walking on the road. This isn't the main road, but it's a side road where only one neighbor uses it. So this gives you an idea of what this is like in the raw. And I just want to come around the corner to show you the height of the burrow. And the plow hasn't been through here today, I don't believe, but it probably will be here by tomorrow. Take a look at that. In fact, these look like, well, I don't know if the snow plow has been through, but some vehicles have. So there you go. The Great Wall, the Great Winter Wall. So, Alex Hansery, from our home to yours, reporting on the ongoing survival adventure for January 21st, 2017.